Today I'm going to show you how I exactly flip samples and how I deliver insane value to Platinum sample makers. And I was very worried about making this video because what I do I haven't seen anywhere else before. It's kind of my whole networking game plan. So if you're watching this, stay tuned, you're in for one, bro. So that's the sample starter I took to flip. And I turned this starter melody into this sample. But important if you want to flip stuff to make it more unique, to send it back to them and that they actually perceive it as valuable, you have to take out a lot of things. I took out the piano and just left in the bass and the pad. Now another simple trick to create a different vibe is just change the BPM. So I went from 130 to 144. What I always like to do is get one part of the sample, isolate it, put it into the effect and add a halftime. But not the normal halftime, the 1.5x halftime. Because what that does, it changes the bounce of the whole sample and it creates something entirely new. Now when you have the 1.5x halftime, you want to make sure that you pitch the sample up 5 semitones, because when you do 1.5x halftime, it only pitches it down 5 semitones, so you have to pitch it up again. And that's what we have so far. Now that we have our bass line, it's actually pretty simple. We'll start by filling out the sample. So I added this low piano. Piano is the dark preset from Contact Noir Pure. Next up, I was kinda hearing a dark ethnic choir, so I added this staccato. And the notes are played between the half-tone step between the 2 and the 3, which gives it that dark vibe. And I've added a retro color, especially for that wobble, because I wanted it to be a bit detuned, a bit more evil, and some more reverb as well. I took down the noise because I didn't want it to sound vinyl or tape recorded, but I still wanted that wobble sound in there. The staccato choir sound I used is from Choir Omnia. Next up, I added this unique accenting sound, just to give it a little bit more texture. It sounds like this. Pretty simple. The sound is from Opus, East West Forbidden Planet leads, rap leads, called Space Dragon. Pretty fire sound actually. And as for effects, I added a looper man.
What?
And I just went to a random preset and deleted some stuff, but that's actually the thing that makes it sound that unique. And to round it off, a sub bass. From Hedo 3 Urbanese preset, one of my favorites. Then after arranging it out, I just took the whole sample, pitched it up 2 semitones to F minor, and that's what we have. Now I'm gonna share all the networking sauce. Now the way you can network with flipping samples is actually pretty simple. You have to think of a loop maker's position. Let's say you want to work with a loop maker. What do 99% of the people do? They ask to send them starters. So I send you starters. That's good and all, but chances are, I mean, I can just talk from my experience, I have enough people to work with. I have enough people that have built genuine relationships that I collab on samples every single day. So I don't need someone new to send me stuff. But what I've been doing is just providing value in the DMs through like sound kits and then asking if they got anything for me to flip. And then what you do is you take the loop and flip it into something completely new that they don't even necessarily recognize which of the starters you took to get to that sound. And if you're good at what you do, that will create so much value because they've made the starters already, so it's not a lot of effort for them to send them to you or to add you to their list. But you send them back a fire product that they don't even hear what they've really done in that product, but it's hard and they can send it out to their people as well. That's what I've been doing the past 3 months and it's been working like a charm. So stop asking to send stuff ask to receive stuff, because it's not a lot of effort for them to add you to their starters list. It's way more effort to actually go into the email, check for your starter, flip the starter, send it back to you. All that stuff is way too much effort, especially if you don't have any connections or any placements that you can leverage to send them out to. And once you've kind of sent those emails back, you can DM them on Instagram again and ask if they had a chance to listen to them, and if they give you feedback, good. If they fuck with it, you can transition the conversation off email into Discord or something, which is more personal, easier to use, and the chances of them seeing the samples is way bigger, and you can have some conversations besides making loops or just working on there too. Okay, that's pretty much all the game. That's pretty much all I do at the moment with sample makers especially, and it got me to the point where I only work with people who are gold and platinum at the moment. I do like 5 loops a day, 5 collabs a day. I send them to them, I send them to all my connections, they send them to all their connections. So it's just a matter of time until some songs drop. Hey, if you got some value out of this, I just shared all my sauce, everything I do, then subscribe. If you want to know what type of samples I would send through if ATL Jacob asked me for some, check this video out.